Inside Jeff Bezos' insane mansion in the air. Jeff Bezos, the world's richest man, is difficult to grasp. Fortunately, his $165 million acquisition of a Beverly Hills house this week, a California record, shed some light on the situation. Begin with a basic calculation. Bezos' fortune is generated from Amazon stock, which changes daily. Although Bloomberg's Billionaires index assessed his net worth at $130 billion as of last week's market close, despite the $833 million stock market loss on Friday. To put it another way, the nine-figure price for Jack Warner's old estate is just 0.13% of his net worth. Hello everyone and welcome to another video on our channel. In today's video, we'll be looking at inside Jeff Bezos' insane mansion in the air. Yeah, you heard it right. So let's start our video. Few Los Angeles citizens can afford to spend a small fraction of their net worth on a purchase that they're proud to show off to their friends. Consider the typical household income in Los Angeles County, which is $68,093 according to U.S. Census data. Is it feasible to spend just 0.13% of your net worth on Los Angeles County's median-priced property? The typical sales price increased to $628,250 in December, suggesting that you'd need a substantial fortune approaching $500 million to own one. And it reveals a great deal about the Los Angeles property market and the people who can afford to live there. In 1990, David Geffen, the king of the record industry, paid $47.5 million for the 9-acre Warner estate, which had been built in the 1930s. The acquisition is a step up from Bezos' prior purchase in the neighborhood. After spending $24.45 million for a 2-acre Beverly Hills estate, he spent $12.9 million a decade later on a 1950s home next door. Amazon CEO also owns a home in Washington, D.C., according to the 2019 land report. He spent $80 million on 3 adjacent New York City apartments last year, making him one of the country's top 100 biggest landowners by area. However, Rupert Murdoch's son Lachlan's $150 million purchase of Bell Chartwell, heirs imaginary Clampett's home, created a new record for California property sales in December. The Playboy Mansion was the first 9-figure sale in Los Angeles County in 2016, and it was only this summer that Petra Ecclestone, daughter of Formula One billionaire Bernie Ecclestone, sold the Holmby Hills Manor for $119.75 million, beating a $110 million selling record set in 2018. The Los Angeles housing market has completely recovered since the depths of the financial crisis. According to Zillow, the average value of the wealthiest 2% of properties in Los Angeles County has almost doubled to $5 million in the last decade. The highest echelons of the market, on the other hand, have gone crazy. Assume you're a typical Los Angeles County home buyer looking to keep inside your budget. This suggests that the buyer's whole net worth must be invested in the home, necessitating a family income of at least $120,000. According to Shapiro, when Geffen paid $47.5 million for the Warner estate 30 years ago, everyone thought it was a ludicrous amount. Beverly Hills and other exclusive LA hillside districts have witnessed sales in the millions of dollars during the many preceding decades, illustrating the significant increase in wealth. When Geffen bought the Warner estate in 1990, the United States GDP was slightly around $6 trillion. However, this wealth has not been divided evenly, giving rise to the 99% movement and calls for more taxes on the wealthy, which President Trump reduced in 2017 but has subsequently risen under his watch. Democrats Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren have made raising taxes on billionaires a centerpiece of their campaigns, and they have also campaigned for the breakup of large technology companies like Amazon. The wealthiest 1% of Americans currently hold more than 20% of the nation's wealth, up from less than 10% in 1980. Meanwhile, the World Inequality database reveals that the percentage of the lowest 50% has fallen from more than 20% to about 13%. According to Shapiro, even the most wealthy buyers aren't interested in new residences built by developers and sold for tens of millions of dollars. It's not about $5 million, $10 million, or $20 million. It's about the best, priceless, well-architected classical palaces. Bezos has a net fortune of $130 billion, so any money-related gesture he does may be deemed spectacular. On Monday, he announced the establishment of the Bezos Earth Fund, his greatest charity commitment to date, to address the effects of climate change. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos has committed $10 billion to the fund, making his real estate acquisition seem little in contrast. He still intends to become the dominant force in Hollywood via Amazon Studios, and his purchase of this home is a statement of that desire. However, there's no guarantee that the recording will survive the passage of time. Gary Winnick, a banker, listed his Casa Encantada for $225 million in October. This property, a 40,000 square foot masterpiece constructed in the 1930s and nestled above the Bel Air Country Club, has set 2 records. According to Hilton and Highland sales agent Jeff Highland, it was a pleasure to see Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos make such a substantial contribution to the Warner estate. Well, that's all for today's video. Tell us in the comment section how this video was. I hope that you found this one interesting. If you want to see more videos like this, then please consider subscribing for more. And don't forget to provide us with your valuable feedback. We'll see you in the following video with some more notable celebrities, facts, and stories. And until then, stay tuned.